is it doing that? Hello, can you hear me? You hear some... Is it soft? Is it too soft? Can you hear me over the music? Lagging, you mean? Happing? What? Oh, clapping. Okay, do you hear the music now? Does everybody hear music? Why is this like this? Okay. You hear me over the music. I don't know what's going on with this. Why is this doing this? Why is the stream health? Alright, let's just get started, I guess. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to this lovely Monday evening, November 25th. Is Thanksgiving today? No, Thanksgiving is Thursday? How is everybody doing? Thanksgiving is today? Anyway, I was supposed to go get a turkey, but I didn't go. I didn't feel up to going getting the turkey. So anyway. So, let's carry on with the case. If you enjoy this type of thing, I hope to present this as very entertaining, and I think this is too loud. Okay. Yes, it's on Thursday, right? It's the last Thursday of the month. Glazed ham. Yeah, I probably should have gone and got the turkey, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, it's too loud. It's too loud. There we go. All right. If you enjoy this, if you enjoy the format, if you enjoy this type of thing, leave a like, a thumbs up, do the thumbs up thing, and then I'll do this, I don't know, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. However much you say it in the actual comments when you're able to comment. So this is the case of surprise, you're a father. So we have the mother and father of a child. A couple. We have a couple. There we go. I'm going to present the facts of the case, and then I'm going to ask you some questions of how... So I'm a third-year law school student, if you don't know that. I'm taking a very long vacation from law school to find myself, because I was really young when I went to law school. Everybody in there had children my age when I went to law school. I don't know if you know that, but law school is not... being a lawyer is not a young man's type of deal. I know there are young lawyers, but there are a whole heck of a lot of people who go to law school in their 40s and 50s. I guess I don't know why. You know, it seems like something that you would do right out of college, right? Anyway, so you would like to do this 3 times a week. Okay. I mean, when we get to the comment section, you can leave a comment there. So here's a case of surprise, you're a father. So it's a couple. A woman and a man. That's usually how that goes, right? And the woman is bringing the case to court. Why? To simply settle a question of paternity, right? Because she is tired, sick and tired of the man, every time he gets upset, denying that he is the father of the child and saying that when he finds out he's going to leave, right? This is an ongoing argument in the couple. So, get back in school now. Well, the funny thing about school, it requires money. And no other law school will take me because the particular law school that I went to is based on the Napoleonic Code. So if I went to their law school, they would require me to go to all 3 years of law school. Start from scratch. Okay, so I have a weird idea of law that is unique in the United States to one single state. The rest of the world kind of works like Louisiana, which is where I went to, but the United States does not, nor does England. Okay, so, couple. Ongoing argument. She's not my child. Now, so you then ask the questions, why does he say he's not the father? Well, this is what they're there to do, to get a paternity test and have the determination in court. Okay, why does he say he's not the father? Well, the story goes that she shows up 6 months after the child is born. Aha! Wait, so something's going on. Something's wrong here. That is not how normally one starts out in life, right? 6 months after you're born, that you then figure out you're then introduced to your father. It's okay though. She showed up, said this is your child 6 months after the child is born. Not 6 months into the pregnancy, but 6 months after the child is born. Okay. The man picks up as if nothing had gone wrong. Takes care of the child, houses and feeds the child, clothes the child, the whole 9 yards. He is a wonderful, fantastic father. For 3 whole years. So then she brings a suit because the argument between them is going on and on and on and on and on. That he's not the father. Okay, then under cross-examination, it's then revealed. Okay, we back up all the way to the beginning of the relationship. They were together. They did not live together in the same house. It was a regular relationship where she lived in her house and he lived in his house. She lived with her grandmother or aunt or something like that, and he lived in his own place, as men do. And she would go on dates with him, come over, watch TV, Netflix and chill, yada yada yada. Okay, so one day he's walking in the park and he sees her arm in arm with another man. Apparently they did not speak at that time, but he later spoke because now she has been distant. She has not been answering phone calls. She has not been coming around. She has not been going on dates. She has not been showing up to Netflix and chill. And she looks now to seem to have put on some weight. He asks, is she pregnant? To which she responds, no. Okay, well, he moves on with his life because he saw her walking arm in arm, snuggly with another man who's not him in public. He got the hint, he moved on. So, I guess 6 months happened, and then another 6 months happened, right? So what is that? That's a year later. I'm doing math in my head over here. You all can make comments as I'm talking. I would like your reaction to make sure you're still awake. So a year later, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? It's Shaniqua. How you doing? Shaniqua? What do you do? Wait a minute. Who's this baby? I've come to tell you this is your baby. So then they find themselves, right? What is that? 2.5 years later in court. So she did not tell him that he was the father until 6 months after the child was actually born, shows up at his doorstep. Okay, Shaniqua, why did you show up 6 months after the child was actually born? Who was there during your pregnancy? Well, homeboy who he saw walking with her in the park. We'll call him Tyrone. So Tyrone and Shaniqua were walking in the park. Tyrone hung around. Shaniqua was indeed actually pregnant when he saw her in the park. But of course, she wasn't showing enough. He had an inkling, but she denied it. Tyrone was there through the pregnancy. Tyrone was there at the actual giving of birth in the hospital. Tyrone was there and signed the birth certificate. Let me have your reaction. Reaction. I know this is it's terrible that I'm supposed to be doing cool stuff. There we go. Reactions. Reaction. Tyrone signed the birth certificate. We're gonna call the first boyfriend. We're gonna call him what's these people that play football? Beckham. Beckham? Is it Beckham? Something like that. Tyrone signs the birth certificate. Tyrone hangs around for a month with mother and child that he signed the birth certificate to. All right. Now, did you tell Tyrone that Beckham was in the picture? No, I never told Tyrone Beckham was in the picture. Did Tyrone approach you and Beckham in the park when he saw it? No. That never happened. He spoke to me afterwards. You denied that you were pregnant when he spoke to you after the park. Yes. I denied it. Now, we come to, so why did you show up at Beckham's door 6 months after the baby was born? Well, after a month, Tyrone left. And so I figured uh, this child needs a dad. I believe that the dad is, in fact, Beckham. I am 80% sure that the father is, in fact, Beckham. Although Tyrone signed the birth certificate, yes. Although you were with Tyrone the entire time during the pregnancy. Actually, no, I was with Beckham more. Okay. So now we come to Beckham, of course, now has been around this child for 2 years. Hello, Nexus. Beckham has been hanging around the child for 2 years. Beckham has been assisting paying for the child because it takes two to tango, right? Two parents. It doesn't fall upon the man to provide everything. Well, in this case, we have an aunt who flies in from Memphis, Tennessee, and lives with Shaniqua to take care of the baby, and the aunt actually goes and gets jobs to help take care of the baby for Shaniqua. I don't know what kind of family this is. However, the aunt is enraged in court to find out that Tyrone had signed the birth certificate, that Tyrone was somehow the father, that Tyrone was even in the picture because she was never told about Tyrone ever before even setting foot in the court. And we're talking about the child is now 3 years old. Yes, thanks for the likes. Thank you all for the likes. So now, even the aunt is, the aunt is, enraged. But everybody keeps it together. All right, so everybody keeps it together. I want to get, before I tell you what happened, I want you all to guess the DNA test, what it reveals. I want you all to guess. Is he the father or is he not the father? Go ahead and guess. Is Beckham the father? Okay, so you love says Beckham's the father. Oh, hello, Summer. How you doing? Summer, did you just get here? Okay, I'm gonna go over it one more time just for Summer. Woman shows up, doorstep of boyfriend number 1, 6 months after the child is born. Says you're the daddy. He's been taking care of the child for 2 years, but he believes he's not the father. They come to get a DNA test. Okay, Summer, who do you think is the father? Is it boyfriend number 1 or boyfriend number 2, who she was with while she was pregnant? Tyrone is out of the picture completely. After 1 month, after he signed the birth certificate, after he hung around for a month, he's been gone for 2 whole years. The baby is now 3 years old. So he's been gone for 3 years. The baby is now 3 years old. Boyfriend number 2 is called Tyrone. He signed the petition. He signed the birth certificate, hung around for the first month, and then got out of Dodge. Now, I'm assuming that there must be something wrong with the mother because all these men are leaving her, right? I don't think a lovely woman would just. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me add a little bit of detail there. Tyrone left because Shaniqua found out that he was in fact cheating on her. Although she was in fact cheating on Beckham with Tyrone. I don't know how to do a. Can I do a poll? I think you can do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll. All right. So they do the DNA test. In fact, it is revealed in court. Now, Beckham says that it will crush him if the baby is not his child. He has been with a child for 2.5 years. He cares for the baby financially, physically. It's, for all intents and purposes, he acts like the father. Oh, wow. They did. All right. Y'all saw that transition? Was that a good transition? Okay, so the DNA results come in. Beckham is not the father. And it destroys him. They don't have the results for Tyrone at all because Tyrone is not in the court case. Tyrone is not in court. Tyrone had no way of they're proving whether or not he's the father. And he breaks down, of course, and cries right on the stand. Now, he legally, I believe that Beckham is completely off the hook. Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up. I believe that Beckham is completely off the hook because Tyrone was there during the pregnancy. Tyrone signed the birth certificate. Tyrone was there when the child was born at the actual birth, right? Tyrone was there throughout the first month of the child's life, which would mean that their child would necessarily actually imprint on Tyrone. The fact that some other dude comes along 6 months after the child has been alive means absolutely nothing, I believe. Now, I don't know if that applies in every state, but I believe in a lot of states that's how it applies. You sign the birth certificate, you're the father. You cannot have somebody. A lot of times, a lot of these cases is that if there's a false accusation of being a father, the guy has actually signed the birth certificate, and they say, well, you signed the birth certificate, you've been taking care of the child, the DNA doesn't matter. But in this case, the birth certificate was signed by a completely different guy. The child was taken care of. The guy took care of the mother at the time. The guy took care of the hospital stay, and the guy took care of the whole first month of the child's life. There was already a father in the life of the child. I believe that Beckham is completely off the hook. No, it's an actual case. Uh, Tyrone is ghost with no track. I believe they know exactly where to find Tyrone. I don't think Tyrone is a super spy. Hide him. What do you call it? I spy or whatever you call that. I think he's totally fine. Please give me a like, a thumbs up on this. And like I said, if you like this, I will do this like maybe once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week if you want me to do a sort of like I used to do. I'm not going to do 16 hours a day like I first started out because that was really, really tough on me. But I believe in this instance, her showing, she only showed up to his house because Tyrone moved on and she had an argument with Tyrone. That's the only reason she showed up at Beckham's house. That is the only reason. Yeah, he was very emotional, and he said, "I live and breathe." And as much as I hear women on TV talk about it, he ain't nothing, he don't want. I hear the exact opposite from a lot of men who go, "I wake up in the morning to feed my children. I get out of bed to feed my children. I walk to work for an hour to feed my children. I get a paycheck to feed my children. I live and breathe to feed my children." I hear it all the time. I don't even want to hear it because family court is one of the reasons I have not been back to law school. I think she hasn't. I know. I think she knows how to find. Anyway, they found they can find people who have vanished for. Oh, I do it in real estate. They can find people who have vanished for 10 years without a trace. I don't think Tyrone is all that. Yeah, I did find it very striking that in the case, the woman was arguing with Beckham, trying to imply that uh, it was all his fault. She's the one that. Beckham and Shaniqua were together at first. It wasn't until she messed up their whole relationship that anything happened. Right? So everything is 100% her fault. Every single instance here, it's 100% her fault. She had what you call a good man, right? Then she went and got Tyrone, who ended up cheating on her. Oh. And of course, and then she shows up back at Beckham's doorstep with a child, and he gets completely attached to the child. Which reminds me of another case. A woman wanted more child support, so they took the guy to court. She wanted more child support from the guy who was already paying child support. Okay. So, the facts of that case stand as such. This guy, I can't remember the facts of the relationship, but I know the facts of the actual support. This guy was a cashier or something like that. A cashier. Making probably what, minimum wage? Working part-time because that's all people hire you for, right? This guy bought a car on his salary. We're going to say salary, of course it's paycheck, but we're going to say salary just to be polite. Bought a car on his salary because the woman lived in the next town over. He drove to her house, which was some ridiculous something like 6 hours away. What's going on? He drove to her house, which is 6. Is everybody still with me? He drove to her house 6 hours away, which means he had to pay for the gas and upkeep of the car by himself, still on his salary. He handed over as much money as he could afford to the woman. He visited the child every week on his salary. When he would visit, he would buy the child anything the child wanted on his salary, which included shoes, clothing, whatever, food, whatever. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? Check, 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 mic check. Oh, you can, oh, okay. This is case number 2. So, this is case number 2. Can everybody hear me? Please respond. Can everybody hear me? Okay. All right, 2 people can hear me. It must be great. Okay. So this is case number 2. He drives 6 hours to this woman's house, takes the child, takes her out for... This has been going on for some time. Okay, yeah, just refresh or something. Please click the like button. So this has been going on for some time. This child is 2 or 3 years old. I don't know what it, but I'm saying he buys shoes, clothing, school supplies or whatever, daycare supply. I don't know, whatever. He bought her stuff in top of forking over the agreed upon child support, and she's back in court to get more child support from him. He has the bright idea to ask for a paternity test for this child. The court grants him the motion to have a paternity test conducted. Okay. He states on the stand, again, I wake up in the morning and go to my job walking because I really can't afford the car, can't afford the gas, can't afford the upkeep. I walk to my job so I can provide for the little girl. I come home after my shift and try and make sure I save as much money as I possibly can to provide for the child. The woman wants more money in child support. Okay, why do you need more money? Or what's the circumstances? Do you have a job? No, I don't have a job. Where do you live? I live with my mom. Wait. Do you pay your mom rent? No, I don't pay my mom rent. Mom, does she pay you rent? No, not only does she not pay me rent, she doesn't pay for anything. She is literally living scot free, and I take care of the child. Thank God for the child support to help out. So now, here comes the paternity test in this one. Again, the guy is, oh, I hope I'm the father. It would really devastate me if I'm not the father. Blah, 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 blah. Here comes the paternity test. He's not the father. How is he not the father? Well, you remember that guy? No, I don't remember that guy. Well, there was this guy and blah, blah, blah. And so I was seeing him the entire time that I was with you. And so you had his child move to this other town, moved in with your mom, and you got me to pay child support for this child, and then are trying to come to court to get me to pay even more child support for this child. First of all, on my salary as a cashier. And of course, he breaks down completely distraught right there in court. No holds barred, crying, boo-hoo, crocodile tears. I don't even understand. So then that I don't know the ending of that. I don't know if he completely got out of his thing. I don't know if they have paternity fraud in that particular state, but they are moving now to change the laws and impose fraternity fraud in each and every state. Because the courts could not actually handle, and when I say they can't handle, they were just bending over backwards for women and saying, oh, women are this and that. They should always get, it's like an 80% chance that the woman is going to win custody, which it shouldn't be. There should be no granting of custody to one parent to begin with. As told by Judge Judy herself, she says the standard is supposed to be that it is joint custody, period. And only in some rare circumstances would you ever grant sole custody to one parent. The way that the courts are doing it now is if the woman even hints at asking for custody, she's going to get custody, and then the custodial parent automatically is going to get child support by the parent who's the non-custodial parent, and then a very large segment of that, the father doesn't have rights of visitation at all. So he's paying for a child that he never sees. Also, the father cannot bring up any sort of fraud for the use. The courts refuse to look at any sort of fraud for the use of the child support, that they, proving that the mother is not actually using the child support on the child, such that it would actually come to the level of that perhaps that the child is not being taken care of. So they are they're revamping the laws in the legislatures I guess this is good news for a lot of people across the states, to provide for at least paternity fraud, which means that you cannot put somebody on the birth certificate, on the record, as the father who is not actually the father. Which also then means that you can't also then go along with this, oh, well, he was around for 2 years. He was around for 2 years because you did paternity fraud on him. You told him that he was the father, so he then stayed around the child for 2 or 3 years. And then all of a sudden now he finds out that he was not, in fact, not even close. You know, DNA, I looked at DNA. A lot of DNA, two people, they could be of totally different people, not in the same family at all. And they will share some DNA. We're having cases where the DNA tests are showing that 100%, or shall I say 0% connection to the child. That means not only is the guy not the father, but ancestrally both of those families aren't even connected anywhere in history, which is kind of amazing. So now we have that case, and again the father, and it's I don't want to say it's the poor people, but I did have a divorce attorney say point blank, a lot of these people just don't have the right attorney. They can't afford the attorney. They can't afford a good attorney. But so his quote was that he was saying that he can get you out of paying alimony to a woman, child custody, all of that, taking care of everything. She's not going to get your house. She's not going to get half of your money. This is an attorney bragging or giving you an actual idea that a lot of the cases that you hear where the woman gets half the money in the house and the football trophy and the Super Bowl rings and all this, that the man had a terrible lawyer. Or I've even heard that in some cases that they go to the court and the lawyer for the man is in cahoots with the lawyer for for the wife. So the man is literally being played. He's being set up. But that is shifting. I guess we're giving you a state of the law now. That is shifting because now women are making more money than men. Because hey, you can't curse. This is a family show. It's now shifting because now women are paying alimony to men. Of all places, this is happening the most in places like California and New York, where you have the most freedom of women to go and do all sorts of fantastic jobs. The women are the majority in universities. The women are the majority in a lot of actual working fields. A lot of markets, women are the majority in that market. So, of course, they're going to make the most money in that market. Or they're going to make more than a lot of men in that particular area because they will be hired the most, and they will be favored the most to be hired. So that you have millennial men unemployed, and the unemployment rates are still at a staggering level for millennial men and under. Meaning men who are under the age of, we're going to cut that off at around 35 and under. Okay, finally the stream goes green. Oh, now it goes back to yellow. So now we have women paying alimony, and we're talking permanent alimony, just like men were paying permanent alimony to women. So now they're trying to change the law. We have the laws now being revamped for a lot of divorce law in legislatures, not in courts. So the legislatures are really tackling in this. So we have a couple of states that have already passed no alimony, period. No matter what, zero, zilch, nada. You get a divorce, you just get a divorce. Bye. Good night. So sorry. Bye bye. You had a time period where even a prenup was completely breached by judges who said, I'm going to ignore a prenup, although the entire point of a judge, I don't know if you all know this, but a judge, the entire point of a judge is to adjudicate contracts. That is the highest responsibility of a judge, is to adjudicate contracts. Now, that means that a lot of judges have shirked that responsibility and walked through contracts to do whatever throughout the history of the United States. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. A lot of controversial cases and a lot of controversial topics that I'm not going to say on YouTube, and you all better not say them. You all better not say it in my shack. But they were walking through and breaching prenuptial agreements. So it got so bad that men were not protected by anything. They couldn't write it into law. They couldn't contract it into law. They could nothing. Even if the prenup was fantastic, like, let's bring up the case of Janet Jackson and the Prince. He literally said, if you are married to me for this long, I will give you this much money. If you're married to me this long, I will give you this much money. If you have a child, I will give you this much money. So she waited. She had a child. She waited with the child outside of what's the rich place over there, the super duper rich places, Dubai. She left Dubai, went over to London and stayed there for a year, and then divorced him, which means she got something like $100 million or something like that. So and that was according to a prenup. Now they are trying to revamp all of divorce law, and they will. Because now it's fair for, quote unquote, fair for women, and women have to pay alimony. Women have to pay child support. Like all of these women that you see on these women talk shows on TV with the 5 women sitting around, they always bring up the cases of the a movie star who got divorced from the man, and the man is not a movie star, so now they have to pay $20,000 in child support to the man, and they have to pay $30,000 to the man in alimony. And they're saying that the states, state by state, is going very slowly, is getting rid of all of that very slowly. But that's what's coming down the pipeline. What happened now? Rasta's reality? What happened? I don't. So, what is his name? Excellent Smithers, or however he says that, or whatever he says. Be sure to thumbs up the like button. Thumbs up. I don't know. Thumbs up the stream. I'm creating t-shirts and stuff. I'm gonna have a holiday t-shirt and what is it? Black Friday. There's 20% off of all of my stuff, and I'm gonna put out brand new stuff on there, and you'll get a 20% off on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I believe. So be sure you to watch out for that. So they're revamping all of that now. I don't know as to the uh, child, the custody stuff, but they're revamping. What happened? Oh, what happened? What happened? The string? What happened? Is that somebody's name? I don't know what's going on in chat. Uh, so they're revamping or they're trying to make sure that to implement the paternity fraud state by state, and that's going slow because, of course, you know that there is groups who do not want them to implement paternity fraud. Now, I presented to you the case in the other video that I thought was terrible, where the man had was fined $30,000 for child custody on a child that not only was he not the father, clearly not the father, but he was in jail by the actual city for 5 whole years during the pregnancy and the birth and the life of the child, so that he gets out and they say, you owe us. He gets out 5 years, goes about his business, gets pulled over. What is it? 22 years later, and says, oh, by the way, you owe us $30,000 for your child. To which he, of course, replies, what child? uh, oh. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. And they saw the story on the news, and the judge had the audacity to say, how dare the news make the court look like it's bad when the guy did DNA tests and brought the DNA test to every single hearing in the court to say, I'm not the father. Not only was I not the father, I couldn't be the father. But in that case, she signed his name up to some document to get the welfare or whatever, and when they proposed a hearing for him to come and plead his case of him not being the father, and he didn't show up at the hearing, they declared him the de facto or default father. Well, of course, the facts tell you that this guy was in jail at the time of the hearing. I mean, how? But we're talking about, what is this? 30 years ago? Maybe they were, they didn't have, internet, so they couldn't just punch up a name and find out that you're actually sitting over and counting, and has been sitting over and counting for 5 years, and the child is 3 years old. Oops, right? Oh. Summer, you hanging in there? 200 per week is doable for what? What's going on? I don't even want to read chat. I'm just gonna stay away from chat right now. Summer, how you doing? What? What are y'all I don't even want to know what y'all are talking about. Okay. Let's have a question and answer session. I don't want to keep you all for too long. We're coming on the hour. Question and answer. Any questions for me? I know it's lagging a lot. I don't know why YouTube. I have the best internet. I don't know. I should be doing this every day. Uh, let me change the picture for you all. Ooh. Uh, what are you doing? Oh. Ooh. Wow, this is a long lag. On my side is I'm watching on a different computer. Do y'all like my little pictures that I made? This particular picture is actually a show on Broadway. I guess you get to go sit in a courtroom on Broadway. Well, you sit in a theater looking into a courtroom on Broadway. How's your dog? He's right here shaking his tail. Don't you hear him patting the floor or beating the floor? Have I looked into New Mexico? Oh boy, should I even ask what you're talking about, New Mexico? Oh, if you want to donate, please donate directly to me at PayPal or yeah, PayPal will be the best or Cash App. Uh, when you actually donate to YouTube to YouTube, it takes a month to get here, and YouTube takes 40% of it, and then it goes through PayPal again, and they take another 5% or something like that. So out of $1, I get like 10 cents. How's your health? Oh, today I forgot to take my, I still haven't taken it. My heart and my high blood pressure medication, but I feel fine for some reason. They made me, fast the other day, and I'm supposed to go back tomorrow to take my, to run blood tests and see how fantastic, your once a year blood check and all that sort of stuff. So I did that last week, and that sort of like mixed me up of eating, because I eat normally at night, and so they said don't eat after 8 p.m. Well, I start to eat around 7, 8 o'clock. So I looked at the clock, and it was 8:30 that day, and so I hadn't eaten all day. And I hadn't eaten from already 24 hours. And then I was almost fainting the next morning. How's my back? Oh, I sat on some heat for my back. When I threw it out, I felt like somebody huge had kicked me in my back, and all I did was, while I was bending over a box to reach towards the counter, and when I did that, I was gonna fall over, and so then I twisted my back to gain my balance, and it twisted my back, and I have been sitting in this same room in the cold for probably 6 or 7 hours, so my back was nice and cold. And so when I twisted it, I think it like broke apart muscles and all sorts of crazy stuff. So then I sat on my heating pad for a full 2 days. And that was amazing. 2 days later, I was fine. Well, I knew the pain was there, but I was okay. That first day, I didn't want to even breathe deeply. That is the worst pain. I think it's up there with childbirth. I kid you I kid you not. I mean, and there was no way of me to sit or move or stand or anything to make that pain go away. I mean, it just was just like, "Hi, how you doing?" "Oh, no, 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 you can't sit like that." "Oh, no, that's not gonna do it." I'm still here." "Nope, nope, I'm here for you for the long haul." That was some. Oh, that was some pain. Well, but a woman told me that her husband had, what is it, gallstones, kidney stones, and she said for a woman it's okay, it hurts, but it's okay. She said, but for a man, she said it probably, and she had 3 children. She said for a man, it probably is worse than childbirth. All right, I'll take my meds after this stream. I don't want to, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I feel great. Sometimes I feel, I don't know. One time, I ran out of them for like 3 or 4 days, and the first day I felt better than I'd ever felt before in like a whole year. And then by day 2, I couldn't walk. I was It was like I was an old man. And the blood pressure, of course, was up, and the migraines came in, and the ear ringing, and everything. What happened? Oh, you ESP power. YouTube doesn't like your comment. Okay, black seed oil. Why don't somebody send that to me, huh? I put my address, my mailing address, on something. I'll put the mailing address on my channel when I get done with this, so you all can mail me anything you want to mail me. The mailing address is actually a business, so don't worry, it's not my house. Yeah, YouTube. Now, I am very nervous about this YouTube stuff with the Federal Trade Commission, because I don't curse. I don't really say anything terribly adult-ish. And I've had people say that they sit around and when they watch a video of mine, the entire family, mom, dad, and children all sit around and listen or watch my videos. This is what they've said in the past. So I'm a little bit nervous about this FTC thing that's going to happen in 2020. All right. Yeah, I'll put my address on the channel when I'm done here, and yeah, you all can send me stuff. And don't worry, if it's something bad, nobody's gonna touch it for like 3 or 4 days. So if it's something that blows up, it'll just blow up in the middle of nowhere, because the actual mail drop box is in the middle of nowhere behind bars. Why? I don't know what is. Yeah, Rastas, YouTube is being very underhanded in this. Very. Oh my God. I don't understand it. It seems very, it's like, I sort of like in shock. I don't know how you could pass this on. And the Federal Trade Commission seems to be more intent on coming after YouTubers than they actually are YouTube itself. So that makes me go, oh, wait, what's going on here? This seems kind of, how do you say? Kind of weird. Kind of super strange here. I don't know if that's should be even legal or allowed or anything. It seems, they're going to go after YouTubers themselves. What is that about? I'm getting a bunch of errors over here. Okay, so any more questions? I'll sing you all a going away song. I don't know what song I can sing legally. What's a song I can sing legally here? Uh, oh, what happened to my music? Oh, I'm just sitting here. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess. Have I ever been married? No. I fun fact about me. I have gotten out of 4 different arranged marriages. So when people say, "Oh, you're really strange," because you don't know the half of it. You don't know. You have no idea how strange I am and my. Yeah, so my family's kind of old school. Let's see here. Let's see. Can I still sing this? Well, let's turn this off. And please don't start playing some song. Let's take a look here. Me, 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 me. What? What did you say, ESP? I will. Don't make me come through this channel. This computer. I don't know what I was trying to say. Time to invest in cat breeders. Did you know? Fun fact: do you know Enya? You remember that lady who used to sing Enya? She lives in a castle worth. I don't know how much the castle is, but she's worth like $90 million, and she lives in a castle by herself with her $90 million and multiple cats. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know if she's just. But a lot of artists, and she's an artist. I consider her, a total artist. Very, very, very artist. Artsy. What do you have? A lot of artists have a very difficult life. They don't. They're not. They're just not regular people. Have I become a father? Oh wait, that's funny. The title. Oh, oh my God. J Smooth, you scared me. uh, I love petting cats. That's about it. when I saw the mouse in my house, I went to the neighbors and I said, I saw a mouse in my house. And they were like, yeah, you too? Everybody in the entire neighborhood has mice in their house. The fact that you're just now seeing one, I don't know. You need to get a cat. Your dog is nice and super gentle. Come here. Right, super gentle? Right, what is on your head? Is this peanut butter? What did you stick your head in? Can you come forward and not back? He's steady moving his head back. Next stream I'll put everybody on camera, okay? Anyway, she lives in her castle with her $90 million and multiple cats by herself. She and her cats in her castle. It's an okay castle. I don't know. I don't even understand it. But like I said, she's an artist, so a lot of times artists, everything looks so different on YouTube. Everything looks so. Let me see what this picture looks like on YouTube. Yeah. I love my doggy woggy. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Did you go get some water? You okay, buddy? Now he takes to coming up to me and staring at me to mean I want to go outside. He'll come to me, sit, and stare at me. I've eliminated him staring for food, staring for water, or whatever. He was in the hallway the other day, just licking his bowl, and I could hear him lick the bottom of the bowl. I said, "Why don't you tell me you don't have water?" I felt so bad. I was like, "I'm a bad host." What are you doing? What? What are you doing? What? What? What are you eating? What? What? What are you? No, I'm not gonna pet you. And he'll like force my hand to pet. Now he is taken to literally saying, "You will pet me now. You go sit, go. Yeah, mule. Yeah." What are you smelling? What is it? So anyway, I caught the mouse in a mouse trap, and Anubis picked up the mouse and the mouse trap and proceeded to lick on them. And so I took the mouse from. I didn't want. In researching a good mouse trap, the guy said that his cat caught a mouse, and he woke up the next morning, and it looked like CSI Las Vegas had happened in his entire house because the cat proceeded to eviscerate the mouse all over the entire house. What do you mean? You just take the dog and you pet the dog and you just right? Shake. All right, there you go, buddy. Okay. What about this one? Can we shake this one? This one. No. What about this one? No, this one. Can we shake this one? This one. Come on. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. Good dog. All right. All right. Dude, if you throw up on me, what is wrong with you? You're not going to throw up, are you? How you doing? What is up? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Want to eat? Are you hungry? Want to eat? He's got his ears back. I don't know what he's doing. Looking at me with his ears back. I have in the past, Nexus. So I'm going to sing this in Italian, and then we're going to go. Quando sogno solo sogno oli. Sogna l'orizzonte, manca le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei, tu con me, su le finestre. Mostra tutto il mio cuore che hai acceso, chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso si li vivrò con te. Partirò su nave per mari che io lo so. No, no, non esistono più. Con te io li vivrò. Quando sei lontana sogno l'orizzonte e manca le parole. Io solo so se sei con me, con me. Tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me. Mio solo, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te. Adesso si li vivrò con te. Partirò su navi per mari che io lo so. No, no, non esistono più. Con te io li vivrò con te. Partirò su navi per mari che io lo so. No, no, no esistono più. Con te io li vivrò con te. Partirò. Io con te. Thank y'all for coming. Having a wonderful time. Worship. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Speak. 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 Say goodbye. Oh, all right, buddy. All right. All right. All right, buddy. All right. Woof, woof, woof. All right, good night, folks.